This is a presentation about visualbasic.net, and this is the first presentation. It's just an introduction. There are different programming styles or different programming paradigms, and there are different programming levels also. We say the lowest level is the machine level. This is the hardware level, the circuits level. The little bit higher than that is what we call assembly language. And then we go to intermediate high level language like C language. And then we have high level language like BASIC and Python and so on. The programming paradigms or programming styles are imperative or command, event driven, and object oriented, functional, and logical. I'm concentrating on the event driven because event driven is you write a subroutine or a procedure, and then if event takes place like clicking a button or changing something in the objects, then the subroutine or procedure will start executing, loading its variables into the memory and executing some functionality that you built in through your code. And the Visual Basic, in the old time, it was an interpreted language. That means we translate from instructions that the programmer will write down into some kind of pseudocode, and we have pseudocode interpreter that translate from this pseudocode to the machine code. And then we can execute the program, put it in the loader, and then the execution unit. But now even Visual Basic has a compiled one. You can compile Visual Basic code directly into machine code and make it much faster. And here is an animation of what's happening. We have program instructions that is written by the programmer, and this will be translated by the interpreter into what we call pseudocode, and or pseudocode first, and this pseudocode will be translated again into machine code, and then it will be executed on the computer, and it is given to the loader. Then it will be executed by the computer execution unit. You can now Visual Basic can use a true compiler directly to machine code, make it much faster, like C language and so on. Why we use VB? To create a lot of different applications, and Visual Basic is not only can provide you with the environment to program a lot of different applications, but also it's a good introduction to other programming languages under Microsoft Office. And long time ago they used to say Visual Basic is a lightweight or not very effective language, but this is not true anymore. Visual Basic now can support lots of applications and under Windows, and it is true object oriented, not only imperative or command language or event driven. It's the three of them. It's command, imperative, event driven, and object oriented. If you want to learn C# or you want to graduate from Visual Basic to C# to C++, Visual C++, this is the way, this is the starting point. And it has evolved a lot. Now you can see it into different applications, and you can build very effective applications, and you can save a lot of development time and testing time, usually with other languages that takes a lot of development time and testing. It can there is also something called console mode applications. It's like if you want to directly work with the operating system, this is what we call console mode. Visual Basic support that, and we will talk about it at the end of this course. And there is a big library of controls developed by Microsoft, but also there is third-party controls and objects. And there is a huge libraries online to download source code, and that will make your development time cut very effectively into small amount of time instead of reinventing the wheel every time. Um, .NET provide you not only with Visual Basic but C# and what we call F#, which is functional programming paradigm. So actually Visual Basic will introduce you to this very important languages like C# and F#. And the libraries under .NET is compatible to each other. Okay, so we'll stop here.